Good morning. I just had to get my hat because it's a special day. And I saw a little Irish lass in the back, dressed for the occasion. Stand. Let them see how you dressed up. Look at this. And Simon. Yay! It's perfect, perfect. Well, sure and be glory. I'm so glad that you're here and so happy that it's going to be St. Patrick's Day and it was Mardi Gras. That's why the hall's all decorated. The ladies from the sorority were having a party yesterday and they decorated for Mardi Gras. So I asked them to leave it here because we like to party too, don't we? Yes. So go in there and party. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let's begin with an opening prayer. I am refreshed and I am renewed. God is here in this very place, and there's more than enough love in this room to heal anyone of any condition. There's more than enough love in this room to bring life where life has been weakened. Peace, love, wisdom, understanding, and strength fill us. When we turn within and open ourselves to that indwelling Spirit of God, there is only God within and around me. Only God, one presence, one power. No other power can stand greater, bigger before God. I am with you always, Jesus said, representing that which was true of him, that he was expressing fully that spirit of the Father, Mother, God. I return throughout my day now. Allow myself to be filled again with that indwelling strength and power. Thank you, God. Amen. I think maybe I'm going to have to ditch my hat. I'm going to give this to Simon. This is Simon's hat. Yeah. Are we ready?
Ready to greet? If you would like to sing first and then greet. I honor the love in you. I see love shining through. When I say namaste to you, my friend, I honor the love in you.
Greet one another with a holy hug. Greet one another. Namaste, namaste. When I say namaste to you, my friend,
I honor the love in you. I honor the light in you. I see light shining through. When I say namaste to you, my friend,
think we love each other a little bit. I'm sorry I didn't get to say hello to all of you, but you are all so very welcome, and it's lovely to see you here today. And some of you are wearing green in honor of St. Patrick's Day, and I thought about it, but nothing fit, so. Anyway, welcome to the Sunday service, and it's a joy always to be here to celebrate the good that we know God is. And we have special music today, as you know, with Polly Eisenberg, who has been with us for so many years, and Linda Hogan. Linda is an incredible musician, and she's written many songs, beautiful songs for us. And she's here just out of the love in her heart. She just feels like she wants to be with our community and help us draw forth more people. And we're in that process right now, and it's very exciting. And so thank you, Linda and Polly. We have Theo, who is doing our sound. And we have John working on the video. And I'm Carolyn. This is not my usual Sunday, but Paul, poor Paul, is in Italy. Yeah, I know, it's rough. So we'll pray for Paul and Melody and trust that they'll have a wonderful vacation. And he'll be back next month. And then, of course, we have our interim minister, who doesn't feel interim at all, and that is Reverend Micah. And here we are, and Lucy is going to do our signing for us. And she does it with joy, and she's a real professional, and so it's a treat to have you with us doing that, Lucy. Now, I didn't have time to ask Tyler, would you be willing to light the Christ candle this morning, Tyler? Oh, how great. Okay, good. So we light this candle every Sunday as a reminder. Oh, look at you. Can I borrow your boots sometime? You're so beautiful. Thank you so much. So you've done this before, yes? We light the candle to remind us of the importance of simply focusing on the Christ Spirit within. And all we have to do is turn toward that light. And it blazes forth in all of its glory. Thank you so much. Excellent job. You're a pro at this as well. And so we're going to sing to Tyler, and thank you for being willing to do that for us. It makes it really special. And so we're grateful. We're going to honor the Christ within her with this prayer, and then immediately afterwards we're going to say it for ourselves, and then we will sing Tyler off to Sunday class. Sound good? Okay. Oh. All right, Tyler, you are a beautiful child of God, perfect in every way. You are loved unconditionally, just the way you are. And for ourselves as well, I am a beautiful child of God, perfect in every way. I am loved unconditionally, just the way I am. So much better.
I'm a beautiful child of God, a wondrous spirit of love and peace. My light will shine forever. I'm a beautiful child of God. You're a beautiful child of God.
community highlights to announce now. The first one is that there is a workshop next Saturday that David Deerfeeder will be leading, and it is about handling change, navigating change in our lives. And you know, some of you may not be feeling like things are changing all around you. I certainly do. And sometimes it's easy to lose our balance. And David has such a good energy and such joy. It's always a delight to hear him. He's a musician as well as a good speaker, and he's just a good friend. So this will be from 10 in the morning until 12. It won't even take all day. And he's going to present 2 effective systems for handling change. And you can sign up in the Great Hall or contact the office. And I hope to see you there. The next announcement has to do with Women of Unity are having their potluck this Thursday. So please bring something to share or a light lunch. And they always have a fun agenda or something really informative. And who is doing the program this Thursday? I think it's Cookie, going to show how to make those little tiny hats for the tea. And she's bringing all the materials. And so all we have to do, women, is show up and we'll go home with a fancy little hat we can wear. What? And they'll be selling them at the spring tea. Okay, great. Good little fundraiser. And then we want to remind you that there are sign-ups in the Great Hall for creating baskets. And there are several different themes. There are books, movies, gardening, cooking, all kinds of things. And whatever you would like to bring some items to fill the basket for, that would be great. You can sign up and then and bring those items in. And those get raffled off at the tea, and they're usually a really good fundraiser and a fundraiser. And then, let's see, the hospitality team has decided to have the 4th Sunday of every month be a potluck finger food. So they're inviting us to bring simple little things, be fruit and vegetables, it can be dessert, cookies, whatever, to bring those on the 4th Sunday of the month. Okay, so if no one brings anything, the hospitality is not going to be very hospitable. So please do what you can, and we'll move into the rhythm of this as we go, but that's the new schedule for our hospitality team. And now Micah has a final announcement.
My message is pretty quick. I just enjoyed yesterday celebrating a few hours with 3 new members of the church who just signed up. But I realized there were some persons there who didn't come for the class, but did tell me verbally that they wanted to be members of the church. So I'm offering you that one last opportunity before next Sunday when we introduce and welcome formally all of the new members to the church. It's a growing community, and so if you'd be interested in that, you can see me right after service. I have the applications here. I even brought pens for you to make it easier. We love you and we want you with us. So please do sign up if you at all are interested.
And we have prayer chaplains here who provide such a wonderful service to us. We have Pat and Cheryl and Dan, and they will be here after the service to pray with you. They have been specially trained in Unity's positive, affirmative prayer process, and they will keep your prayers absolutely confidential, and you will feel the energy from that connection throughout the week and probably beyond. And so it doesn't have to be a crisis or anything. It's just something you want to pray for or thank God for. And you can pray for a pet or a neighbor or a country or sunshine, whatever you like. They're miracle workers. Thank you. And that is the end of our announcements. And now we move to the inner realm of our service, where we turn from outer concerns to what is truest and deepest within us always, and that is our faith, our deep knowing that there is only God at work, however we understand God, a God of energy and creativity and love, always working for the ultimate good, even when it doesn't feel like it in our human mind. There is an ultimate good in all that comes to us. So together, will you make this statement of faith with me now? There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God the good.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place. I can feel a mighty power and a grace. There's a holy hush around us. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
As we move into our time of meditation, I invite you to become comfortable as you are sitting here, relaxing your shoulders, muscles of your body, letting go of all outer concerns, any stress or anxiety, and bringing your full attention into your heart. And this morning we are focusing on the idea that we are as strong as the Christ within us. In unity, we have a perception of strength as a connection that is very personal, powerful, and profound. A connection with the Christ in us, the best of us. A power of love that sustains us and the entire universe. This is the love of God shining through us in all religions of the world. Practice, affirm in some way the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And this is the truth of us. This is love expressing. Strength is not rigid or loud. Strength is flexible, moving with the winds of change. It is gentle, nurturing. It is kind. And as we practice the golden rule, we become filled with light and joy, as nothing feels better then serving each other, serving God in a spirit of celebration, because life is so beautiful. We watch the flowers of spring and the trees budding and the clouds moving through the sky. We watch the children growing and smiling. We watch the softness in the eyes of our elders who hold a deep knowing, a gentle wisdom. They have experienced so much, and they've come to an acceptance of what is true. And so I celebrate the heart of truth in all religions, knowing that this is our strength as human beings, loving each other, turning again and again to the heart, the Christ of us, which helps us meet any challenge and move not into rigidity and anger and righteousness, but into understanding and patience and love. And so in the silence now, I send this light in my heart, joined with all of the other hearts in this room and beyond, to any person or persons, any condition or situation which is especially close to me now, knowing that this light will shine its light into the darkest corners and the most confusing situations. I do this now in the silence. And this is our gift to each other and to the world, this healing of consciousness, this letting go of fear and standing firmly, wisely in the knowledge of our faith, that there is only God and God is good. I affirm this in the name and through the Spirit of the Christ within. Amen.
Surely the presence of the Lord is in this place.
They're wonderful, aren't they? We're so blessed. You know, my friend reminded me that if there's anybody who denies the existence of strength, they've never smelled teenagers' gym shoes. And but that's what he said. The God of all grace will herself restore, support, strengthen, and establish you. Our God is the strength, the power, the presence that's within us, and that will always, without exception, be strong enough, big enough, capable enough to give us the strength through us to express as all the strength that we need. There is no one else stronger than God. No matter what they say, no matter what they think, they have no power outside of God. Today I came with that statement from Peter that the God of all grace will herself restore, support, and strengthen us. Because for me, that means a great deal, that it's the God within me that gives me the strength to endure, to continue, to overcome, to rise again. There are no human conditions that we are able to escape eventually. Inevitably, the little ones and the big ones catch up with us in some way or another, or the effect of them because of our loved ones. So we will experience challenges in this human condition. But through it all, in it all, we must remember, always remember, I am the strength of God. I am the Spirit of God that we call the Christ, the living power of God. That's strength itself. But that strength must be balanced. It's doesn't work as well if it's off balance. I have been accused, perhaps even rightly, in saying that I was too esoteric or mystical or emotional, feeling nature. When I took a test to see if I could go into ministry, I was a school administrator, and they suggested from Unity Village that I find out if I was equipped to do that type of a change and to, well, I'll put it this way, survive as a Unity minister. And I wasn't sure. So, but I felt a call, so I went to the psychologist 2 weeks in a row. First week was evaluation, second week was a little more evaluation, and then the final outcome. And he said, well, you certainly can become anything that's service-oriented. You can be a social worker, a teacher. You can even be a minister, as long as you don't believe that you have to die on a cross. You're going to be prone to want to burn the whole self out in order to serve. Can't do that. You must stop. I could become what they call the raging codependent. I read the book. If you haven't read it, it's wonderful, called Codependent No More. And that book just was like an aha for me. It was a statement of, I believe, truth that even in the course of love and caring for others, we can forget about taking care of ourselves, which, of course, is the primary law. As Carolyn said, beautiful, the great commandment. Love God above all things and love your neighbor as you, help me here, love yourself. Sometimes we do real well with loving our neighbor, but loving ourselves is another form of balance. So to be well balanced is important for being strong. I remember when I was taking karate lessons, I came out of the monastery and I was a head shaved and going into college, and I felt like a lamb among wolves. And I didn't know how to respond to a lot of things because I'd been in there for years. And so I saw a sign that said, take karate and learn how to be balanced and strong. And I thought, that's what I need, strength. So I took the class, and the one thing they taught us was, that I remember, The most important one was the kie, which was the scream that you do as you turn quickly and run. Ah! That was real. It was real. Get that energy all together and let out with one good scream. And it usually can work to scare them away or at least upset them or make them laugh, one or the other. But more importantly, they taught me to be strong in balance. That if I wanted to be able to defend myself, which is what karate is, the way of the feet and hands, in order to protect yourself, it wasn't meant to be a means of attack. It was developed for monks to protect themselves when other parties would come into the monasteries. So you had to become very strong. And the way they did that was not to stand in a way that was without conscious thought. Stand when you saw you needed to be strong in such a way that one foot would be before you and the other foot would be at an angle, shoulder length, shoulder width, and would be angled so that it gave you a sense of strength. You could come back and forth. If you put both feet together in the same direction and you're simply standing there, then they pointed it out very quickly, and I won't do that because it probably would be it would delay the whole service for me to have to get off the floor. So they just took one finger and went like that, and we all fell backwards. One finger can push you over if you're not in balance, if you're not in balance. So balance becomes important if we want to be strong. Balance in thought, balance in feeling. So I had to work a whole lot to become more knowledgeable or cognizant reasoning in my approach to life because it was easy for me to be intuitive or feeling. That just happened. I can tell what someone's thinking before they open their mouth. But the thought systems oftentimes were a little bit less than aware. I just wasn't as concerned with thinking about it. Where some people will reanalyze and analyze again every person, every situation. You are to be balanced, if we wish to be strong, between the conscious and the unconscious. That becomes a challenge because many times we don't know what's in the unconscious. But I'm absolutely sure that every one of us have had a history, that we grew up somewhere. And in the process of growing up, we have what's called preconceived cognitive commitments. We had those ideas impregnated in mind before we ever were aware, little kids, that we began to pick up the same belief systems of those people that were around us, the religions, the society, the family of origin. And some of those were wonderful, and some were not so good. And they're automatic. They're commitments in mind to respond in a like manner. We can choose, though, to consciously become more aware of them and then choose not to act on them. They come up again, they don't go away, but when these thoughts to do or to be in a certain way come up, we can just say no. Before long, they really don't have the power. We have to be balanced in intellect and intuition, work and play. Have you all played recently? Have you taken the time to just turn off the communication systems, not be locked in front of the computer, not be locked in front of any work, any station, and instead just be playing? Find some way, and if you're not, then it's time to do so. I found, never thought I would do it, but I went to take a yoga class, and as I went in the yoga class, I saw it was a senior center, and I thought, well, that's for old people. I'm not old. And then David reminded me that I'm 80 now. I am old. So I decided, well, I'll go down and check that out. So I looked at their bulletin board. They had a great number of things that looked like fun. And I hadn't done that for a long time. All these little day trips and all these I don't do the casinos very well, but I only take $20, and once that's over, I don't spend any more. So you have to have a lot of money if you're going to play for the whole day. But to have fun is important in the balance of our life and our spiritual development, because too much work makes us not happy people. Giving and receiving. Warren, who works here and is an assistant to the minister. Warren, God bless him, said to me yesterday, "You have to learn to receive." And I said, "Okay, I'm ready. I'll receive anything you want to give me." So I think I forget that. I'm good at giving, as I said, but oftentimes I forget that that also means I should be willing to receive. So let it be known to all of you that I am willing to receive. Carl Jung, psychiatrist and the explorer of human minds and spirit, he called the two aspects of our being anima, animas. Animas, the U.S. male, anima, the female. He spoke of them as being two different ways of responding to life. When one or the other is empowered and the other becomes too weak, then we become out of balance. So we're all anima, animas. He said that was the problem, that we had been raised in societies where if you were a man, you were to be animas, and anima wasn't accepted. That sensitive, caring, gentle, intuitive nature was to be denied, and you were to be the strong and stable one. Well, if you've been there as men, you know that can be a very lonely life. So our hearts are as important as our minds and the strength of our muscles. Spirits incorporate both sides of our nature. So when we're well integrated, when we're well balanced, as we did and talked about with the karate class I took, then we also bring together what the ancient Chinese called yin yang. Someone told me that the yin yang sign represented good and bad. Not necessarily. Instead, what it represents is the yang is the active, the outer, the day, the bright, the sun, the dry, the positive, the yang. I'm working on my garden now. The thought of it anyway. I haven't been out there doing much, but because it's raining. But I do plan on doing it and bringing it into a good feng shui, to bring a good balance into my garden. So I have a lot of yang, which means color. You want to bring in reds and beautiful purples and all the colors and vibrant acts. And there are other things you can do for like statues to do that. But then the yin is the more passive. The inner, the night, the dark, the moon, the wet, the negative. So in the gardening would be more in the area of the green trees and lots of the deciphera and the evergreens. So the balance is there in a beautiful garden, and it's beautiful. In our lives, in our expression of whatever we do, whatever area of our life, it's the balance between the yin, the yang, the active and the passive. So to be energized and strong, we need to be well balanced. And if I'm all thought and intellect, I'll be a cold fish. You ever heard that before? That there are people who are just cold fish. It's an antiquated term, but what it means is that the person just is sad. They just don't have any real sense of lightness and humor. If they're analyzing everything, then they become the cold fish. But if I'm always reacting more with my emotions, my feelings, my intuitions, then they oftentimes will say you're off in a cloud, or you're out of balance because you're led by your heart too much. You got to get real, wake up, recognize the facts. I've heard that before. Where do we find that strength? Where do we find that balance? The prophet Isaiah said, "In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength." So it's within us. It's not in the outer. I've had a gym membership, as I told some of you, for us to be very active there. I guess I thought by joining the gym, all of you are all of God. We have to be still. We have to listen. Here, over in Sacramento, studying, they made me go back to school. They said, you may have been a minister, and you may have pieces of paper that say you're educated, all voice within. When we speak of that faculty of strength, it's a quiet strength. It's in the stillness within us, like when they built the dams to begin to develop electricity from the power of the water. Deep. If you've seen pictures of it, this reservoir of water is just a quiet, strong, deep power of watts of electricity. So that power is there, but it's the situation. Inner confidence comes from that poise, serenity. Yet you're able to be peaceful. Sometimes it comes from just our presence. We have models for that, great models. I'm sure you can think of them in our history. Mahatma Gandhi changed the course of our human condition, especially starting in India. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who changed the world, but not through open violence or confrontation, but through nonviolent, but very present response to injustice. Rosa Parks simply went onto a bus and said no. Seat was available. Are you with me? So that your response can be strong, but it's not based on violence. Mother Teresa, I have a friend who went to work there, a Unity minister. In the course of his years of study, he decided he wanted to work with Mother Teresa, and he did. He had been a nurse before he became a minister, so when he went there in sunshine, he said, she's a taskmaster. She got us up in the morning, woke us before sunrise, and time to pray, get up. And then she made us move. Get in there and get out and see the people, and you go here and you go there. Get them off the street. So she was powerful as well as being deeply, deeply spiritual. And the biggest and the strongest model for me of nonviolent, of this inner strength, this power of the living God within us, was Jesus. He, according to the Bible, every time that they went low, where did he go? He went high. And so, spirit of strength is our ability to endure, to hold fast, to stand, to keep the faith, to hang in there. Require years of treatment. But our belief system is strong in the power of the treatment and in God. And so we hang in there. That's strength. We stay in integrity, or do not compromise our principles. That takes strength, doesn't it? When you're being, in a sense, intimidated by those around you to go in a direction that didn't feel right for you. It wasn't what you believe is right to do or be. To stand in integrity, to make positive contributions in spite of loss or disappointment. When we lose someone that we've loved for eons, a lifetime, and the partner or husband, wife die, there's a deep and difficult loss. Part of us feels as if it's gone because there is such a thing as in training, our energy fields become one. So when the separation occurs, there feels as if there's an energy shift that brings us down. But strength within us, inner strength, the Spirit of God that is strength, goes on, can endure, and make positive contributions in life, even though they've experienced this great loss. Have you met people like that? I have, right here in this church. Many of you. Real strength is not rigid, even though I said it was strong. You remember that the willow is stronger than the oak. In Florida, when I was at a church there, the willow that we had in the yard could withstand the strongest winds. It would definitely be affected by it, bent, twisted, but it would not fall. The oak could snap and be broken because it wasn't able to be flexible. So we can be flexible, and yet we will not. Yet we will not allow ourselves to be broken because of whatever we face. Excuse me. I know you'd rather the service would be over, but I just can't do that. I did well. That requires effort. Real strength can look at new ideas. Have you ever felt yourself locked into a way it should be, and you're not willing to admit that the old way that you perceive something might have been a little short-sighted, maybe even wrong? That's not always easy for me to admit. Change our way of thinking and do things in a better way is an evidence of an inner strength. In quietness and confidence shall be your strength. So finally, instead of only the gym, we have to work from within. Let's affirm together, I am strong. I am strong. I'm calm, poised, serene, centered in the presence of God. Take that every morning and watch how different your day is. I'm calm, poised, and serene, centered in the presence of God. And your life becomes different. You're working from a base that is extreme strength. My strength is infinite. It will not run out. God is my strength, now and always. So like the hydroelectric, the power is there. And when it's in motion, when it's being activated, it can become a tremendous force. Let it be so in your life. Your power is within. God bless you.
Thank you, Reverend Micah. You know, what's even more inspiring than your talk is knowing that you're living this. You are an example, a model. It can be done. There are many ways to give thanks and to support this church and these teachings. You can text the word give to the number in front of you. You can go to our website on your phone or computer and press the donate button. And as always, you can drop a check or cash into the basket, and we appreciate any amount. Thank you. We are a healthy church, a healthy spiritual center. We are thriving, and it's because of your generosity and your commitment to all of these principles that we embrace. So let's bless the gifts with this affirmation together. God's love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am and have, all that I give and receive. I am grateful.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful.
Reach out now and let's find a hand and make the great circle of love, and we'll sing our final song. Let there be peace on earth. And make it a prayer now. As we sing these words, see peace being established in the world. Let the surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. We are one holy family. We celebrate our oneness and honor our diversity. Go in peace and in strength. God bless you. Be strong.